Hello everyone, I'm Rachel Tessman from stampyourartout.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Andover, Minnesota, and I'm here to bring you my live paper crafting class. This is a unique one. I had something else completely planned for today, and then I got my paper pumpkin kit on Monday night, and I thought I want to start creating with it. And so yesterday I was then back and forth. What should I share? Should I share Paper Pumpkin or should I share this other project I had planned? And I'm sorry, Paper Pumpkin won out. So it is Wednesday. What day is it today? April 19th, 2023 as I'm coming to you live. And a big hello to you, especially if you are here for the first time. Welcome. I hope you're logged into your YouTube account, Google account, so that you can participate in the live comments. Also, a big welcome to all of you who have been here with me in the past. I love you that you came back. That's so wonderful. And thank you so much for our moderators, Trisha Josephs on YouTube and Lisa Marshall on Facebook. They are there to answer questions, help you, all that sort of thing. Be my voice when I can't reply. So thank you all for coming. This is what we're going to do today. I'm going to share with you the April 2023 Paper Pumpkin Kit called All the Little Things. It's a monthly subscription type of kit thing. And so I'm going to talk briefly about that, but I'm also just going to dive right in if that's okay with you. What I did with this kit is I changed up the supplies so that you can double the cards that you get from the kit. That's something I love to do. But now I didn't keep them simple. I actually stepped them up a little bit. So every card has a little unique twist to it that's unlike just a basic, fold and open type of card, right? So anyways, I hope that you enjoy what I have to share. I'm gonna try to get through as many of them as possible. And if I can't, what I might do, and I'm thinking 99% yes, I will, is I'll just go live later on in about an hour, 2.5 hours. But we'll talk about that towards the end. We'll see how far we get. And I'm going to start with some cards that some unique cards that I haven't shared with you before, and that's taking decorative envelopes and using them as the main part of the card. So what else do I want to tell you? Alrighty, I think that's it. Oh, prizes. I want to talk about that too real quick. We're going to do a prize drawing at the end. When I do my weekly lives, that's something that's pretty typical. So at the end of the live, if you have commented, you can get in on the prize drawing. Trisha Josephs will pick 2 winners from the YouTube live comments. And then I've also got names from the Facebook live comments from last week and from the YouTube after live comments from last week. And so I've got a winner drawn from each of those. So please say hello, if anything. Tell me how your day's going. It's rainy here, but it's okay because we always need rain once in a while, right? Okay. And the live video today is not going to get posted right away at 12:15 like usual. It's going to be kind of like Blog Hop Day, only later. We're going to make this live, the blog post that's connected to this video, go live tomorrow morning. And that's because more than likely I might have to do another video, and then I'll have 2 videos to enter into the post, and there'll be some editing and stuff like that. So, but you can always come back to YouTube to rewatch if you want to. It's so fun to see your comments chime in. I'm so happy to be here. I can't wait to start. So on that note, let's bring you down to my desktop so that you can see the Paper Pumpkin Kit. This is the All the Little Things April 2023. When you are a subscriber, you can pick and choose. You don't have to get every single kit every single month. This is the one called All the Little Things, and these are the cards that you make with the given supplies. There are supplies enough to make 3 of 3 different kinds of cards, and they're gorgeous if you can see them. I actually this time did not make a sample of each of the kit cards. Sometimes I do that, but you can see you get full color directions. There's not a lot of words in here, so if you don't speak English, it's okay because the directions are visual. There's also some images on the back, like here's some inspirational ideas, things that the artists at Stampin' Up! That worked on Paper Pumpkin did to kind of step it up and do something different. So you can get some ideas there. And then there's also a link to a how-to video. So if you want to make the kits as is. You can do it by going to this little area here or scanning the code, and it'll take you to Stampin' Up's how-to video. This is what I got in this month's kit. Of course, you get a stamp set, and it's photopolymer, easy to see through. You get ink. This month's ink is Shaded Spruce, although for the projects today, I will be substituting my black Memento, my Tuxedo Black Memento ink. You get adhesives, and you can see we get dimensionals in here. We also get these glue dots here, and then there's some embellishments, iridescent rhinestones. The best ever. Sorry, I love rhinestones. And then we also got some twine, so the black and looks like Calypso coral. And then all of these fun supplies. And they come packaged so they're not loosey-goosey like this in the box. But I open mine up so that you can kind of see as I weed through what you get. Oops, can you see those labels? You can, can't you? Yeah, and then look at fun layers, everything. It's just crazy, incredible, and so fun because you don't have to have like everything. You don't have to own all those, you know, types of products in your house. You can just get kits every month and you got everything ready to go. So what I did is I took those kit supplies and I just divvied out what you would need to make for making each of the 3 different cards. So these are the supplies that you need for 1 card, 2 card, 3 cards. And then I did some swapping, moving things around, right? And I added in a little bit of extra cardstock. So I took basic white, let's see here, basic white envelopes, because you're going to need extra envelopes because we're going to cut into the envelopes that come in the kit. And then I added in some extra basic white cardstock. Now for the 3 cards that the kit makes, I'm making 6. All right, and that... Thank you, Ramona. And so she just said something nice. Anyways, I'm going to make 6, so I'm doubling the cards. Now, if you want to do this for the whole kit, you just do it 3 times as many, okay? For the first 2 cards, because this is what I'm going to use for the first 2 cards, these supplies here. So I got 2 envelopes. For the first 2 cards, all we need to do is bring in a little less than a 1/4 sheet of basic white cardstock. So it's 4 1/8 by 5 1/4. I know, seems weird, right? But we're gonna make like a pocket little card. And we're gonna be using the envelope as the main piece for the card. Like we're gonna turn this into the card base. That is gonna get cut. We're gonna peel it open. We're gonna bring score lines in, all kinds of fun stuff. So that, and then this one's going to be for the other card. And so we'll set that one over here. We'll put that envelope over there because we're going to need to put our envelope card into an envelope when we rearrange it. This piece goes with this one, that with that, this with this, that over there, and here. Okay, now, so we're going to start with this card, but we're also going to make a second card. Before we start with this one, I'm just going to show you quickly that every pile is set up the same way. So this is my second section of like the other third of the supplies for those 3 kit cards. And again, we're going to make 2 cards from it. So I've got 2 basic white envelopes in here. There they are. I'm using an envelope from the kit. I'm going to be using some extra cardstock brought in. I'm going to be using this scrap. This card base and these pieces, all of that for making 2 more cards. And then the last 2 cards are made from the other third of the supplies. So I've got my 2 basic white envelopes. I've got another envelope from the kit. I've got some basic white cardstock, and these pieces here. So are we ready? Here we go. Let's start with the first of the 6. So this one, what we're going to do is we're going to cut first with our trimmer. Take notes. Oh, and one more thing to mention. When you're watching me do this, if you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, first of all, you should be. Because again, you can pick and choose whatever kits you want. So if you see advertisements for an upcoming kit and you're like, that's not for me, you can cancel or suspend your subscription. You don't have to get them all. There's no requirement to get a certain number. You can get 1. You can subscribe, get 1, and then stop. What else was going to say? Another thing is if you get a kit thinking you're going to like it and you don't, Stampin' Up! Guarantees that you're happy. So they will take it back. So please take the chance. The other thing that I want to mention is if you still don't want to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, which I don't know why, but you can apply these ideas to other supplies that you have. So I hope that you stay tuned in because these are all stepped up kinds of cards. We're going to do a first cut at 4¼ inches. So we're going to move to our trimmer to the 4¼ inch mark, and we're going to cut off this flap here so that we're keeping the opening part of the pocket of the envelope. So this piece we're going to use for our card base, but it's still too wide. As you can see, when I put it into the trimmer here, I line it up and it's coming to the 5 7/8 inch mark. We want it to be 5½ so that it fits. That means that we have 3/8 or 6/16. We're going to cut that in half. 6/16 cut in half is 3/16. So our next step now is to gently peel this flap open. And it's not glued so tight where you can't do it. You can actually do this. Okay, so we're going to peel this open and then we're going to take off the excess stuff that's just kind of hanging there. You'll see what I mean when I open it up. So on this one in particular, you can see. So here's some excess stuff that we don't need. Just kind of peel that off to the side. Here's some more that's just kind of hanging there. So just clean it up a bit. And then after you've opened up the envelope, we're going to rescore. We're going to take, and I'm going to fold this flap in so I can use it kind of as a calculation here. And we're going to line up the score line that we have right now into the trimmer. Let me zoom in so you can see that better. Okay, so I've lined up that score line in the channel of the trimmer. It's lined up right along there. Now I'm going to zoom out just a tad so you can see. Do you see the measurement over here on this side? So on this side, it's saying that is at the 5 7/8 inch mark. So we're going to move it 3/16 inch in. Okay, and then we're going to score. So we're moving that score line 3/16 inches inward on each side. Now let's go this way and we'll do the same thing. We'll fold that one flap, line this score line up, move it 3/16 inches in, and we'll score again. We're making the envelope skinnier and it's already cut to 4¼ inches in the other direction. So we're going to make it so that it's able to fit into this envelope when we want to mail it. It's becoming a pocket card. Okay, so now we're going to take and fold right along those score lines. Did I mention it's rainy here today? It's not raining right now. But you know what's nice about the non-rainy or the rainy days is that I can open my window. I can see outside. Hang on to that. I think we're going to use that. I don't remember. So there we go. We made it skinnier and now it will fit into the envelope when we want to mail it. Okay? So yay. Now we just need to reattach this. And I think the best bet is going to be this glue because we can get it right into that crevice. Sorry, what kind of glue is that, Rachel? It's the multi-purpose liquid glue, and I just transfer it into my little fine tip bottle, which is very nice for these tiny little spots here. So there's another little line. There we go. Okay. And then I think I'm going to put a little bit right up here too. Yeah, I think I can do it right along there. Don't get it in the middle because otherwise you're going to have your card sticky on the inside. We just want it where it's going to catch onto these side flaps here. And flatten it all out as you do it because these little areas will tend to lift because they are wanting that old score line instead of the new one. But you're going to train it. Okay, thanks, Claudia. Yay, Surprise Arizona is in the house. All right, so now that that's stuck down, that is why this piece is measured the way it is. Again, we said that was 4 1/8 by 5 1/4. And I'm speaking in inches. And that's because when this gets shoved all the way to the bottom here, we have 1/8 of an inch pretty much all the way around. If this was a little bit shorter, it would look too short in there. So let's take this piece now and this piece, and we're going to add those on there. But before we do that, we're going to steal something from our second card. You see this nice green end of our second card? We're going to cut off 2 1/2-inch strips from there. 1, 2, because this card needs to be shorter anyways. And then we're going to attach those strips to the back side of this. I can't tell you how excited I am about these cards, you guys. I don't know. All right, so now we're going to lay this down and pick it up. We're just going to show like a little, it's about 1/8 of an inch. Okay, we just want a little bit of a green strip on each side. And I'm trying to watch the bottom and the top of this piece to make sure that it looks even. So that's how you pick it up. And then we're going to put seal adhesive. Now, again, the kit comes with adhesive, but I don't want to take and put all those tiny little glue dots on there. That will take too much time during a live video. So I prefer my seal adhesive and my liquid glue. But you can certainly get away with putting together cards with this kit without having to purchase any adhesive. Pretty cool. So there's my pocket. Now what's nice about this is it allows for this piece to kind of stick out of it if we put it up on dimensionals. And then when we slide it out, that piece will stay on here. So let's trim off a little bit of this though, because I don't want the whole thing, and I have to look at my other card here to cheat to see where I did it. Okay, I cut it about there. So we're going to cut, and we're just going to trim off a little bit of this. I'm cutting, oh, Rachel, hang on a minute. Hang on, I have to look at my original one. Oh, now I know what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm cutting right about here because I want to have a leaf and a flower petal and then 2 leaves. And I'm going to use those on my other card. Plus I wanted a flat edge here because that flat edge will allow this pocket to still have the flower there, but it won't stick here. If I show you, it won't stick out beyond the card because we want it to fit into our envelope. So now we take and put dimensionals on the back side, and I'm just using dimensionals that I have on hand. But again, you get dimensionals in this kit, so you don't even have to purchase more if you don't want to. So we've just put 3 along there, peel off the backings, and now we'll line this up, and I'm lining it up. Oh yeah, we're going to expose the green, and we're centering it just like that. It's hard to see. Hang on, I'm going to turn it this way so I can see. I'm centering it, and I'm putting it right up against that edge of the blue card layer. Okay, so now, because I didn't put dimensionals all the way through, I'm able to stick that into the pocket, and the flower shows from the outside. The next thing that I want to do is stamp. And I think before I stamp, I am going to show you a masking technique, and we'll do that on this piece because that masking technique is used on another card later on. In fact, I'll just do it twice, okay? Because then we'll have that card ready. This piece here is for the 3rd and 4th cards, and that's part of the kit, and I'm just going to cut it in half. It's 4 1/4 inches. That means we need to cut it in half at 2 1/8. So let's do that masking technique twice. We're going to do it on this piece in the middle, and we're going to do it on this piece towards the bottom. And for that, you just need some simple tape. You can use masking tape, hence the name mask, or you can use, what I'm using is the Scotch, it's called Matte Finish Magic Tape. Okay, and I'm covering up the word today, and then I'm inking up my stamp. And you can see that the whole stamp is getting inked except for the word today, because we're going to peel that off. And then we're going to hover right over our little banner piece here. And let me put that onto something darker so you can see it better. And we're just going to line that up and stamp it down. And the word today will not transfer, just the word celebrate. Let's do that one more time because we have a clean stamp still. Because on the card that we're making right now, our first card, I'm going to ink up this whole thing. So we might as well just make use of the clean stamp while we have it. Stamp that down in the middle, right about there. Okay, now we have our pieces ready for our future cards, but that's masking, really fun and easy. Now we'll go ahead and ink this whole stamp up. And we can go ahead and just stamp down here with this pocket insert here because there's no bubbles underneath. It's pretty flat, and we can use the flower as a guide to know where we can stick that celebrate end of the word celebrate into. You see that? So it kind of fits into that little crevice there. Then we're going to decorate, and we're just going to add some embellishments from the kit. Where did those go? Oh, did I put them back here? Hang on. Here they are. We need embellishments. Got to have those pretty embellishments. Do you see this here? You get 6 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you have 3 sets of 3 different cards, and we're doing, let's see. So normally you make 9 cards, right? This would be for the first set of 3, the second set of 3, the third set of 3. So hopefully I did the math right. This should take care of, anyways, if you have to buy more, you have to buy more, because I'm not going to do that math right now. It's going to take too long. Because I'm not thinking about that right now. But yeah, if you need to buy more iridescent rhinestones, we have them in the online store. Gotta add bling. That's right, Courtney. So let's go ahead and push and lift, and the sticky end of our Take Your Pick tool grabs it. This one is going to go right here. It's fun to do things in 3s. So 1, 2, and let's add a 3rd one. And we'll put that one down here. And there's our finished first card. So celebrate today. It becomes a pocket card. You could put a gift card inside. You could write happy birthday, happy graduation, happy wedding. I mean, it's really a perfect all-around type of card. There's the first one. Let's go ahead and work on the next one. Okay, so I'm going to bring that flower piece back in. I'm keeping this just because I don't remember if we're using it or not. Let's keep it over here. Envelope. That goes with the card we just did. Okay, here we are. The desk is going to get messy. All right, we're using that. We have another envelope to put our card in when we want to mail it. We need that piece. These large flowers here and this one. And I'm going to move my Post-it notes off to the side because we don't need those anymore. So on the kit cards, I don't know if you know this, but the kit card directions, I started looking at the cards. I didn't look at the whole directions. I looked at the cards on the front and I'm like, why do I have an extra huge flower or extra little tiny? It's because they layer things up. So you have a lot of supplies in this kit that can go beyond, even if you make the cards close to how the kit directs. Okay, I'm going to set that over there because we don't need that for the finished card. Here are my fun measurement directions. We're going to cut off the 1/2 inch and another 1/2 inch. Oh, we already did that. And now we're going to add some score lines, and we're going to score in at each end at 2 1/4 inches and 4 1/2 inches. Now you'll notice there's already a score line in this sheet. That's good because it fits right in to where we want to do our scoring. So the first, it says 2 1/4 and 4 1/2. Here we go. 2 1/4. Thanks, Diana. 2 1/4. She says she likes the first card. Yay! And then 4 1/2. And if you look at the score line that I've just lined up in the channel of the trimmer, that brings us pretty much to 4 1/2. So yay. Let's flip it around in the other direction and do the same thing. 2 1/4 and 4 1/2. And now what we have in the middle here, as you can see, if we fold it kind of into a W, we have an inch ledge with two little kind of wings on the side, all right? As if it's a bird flying upside down. Let's fold along all of those score lines now to emphasize those creases. Now this, I did say in the description of this video, the title of the video, that it would be, what did I call it? Cards from Decorative Envelopes, because I did want to get through the two cards that I'm making with the envelopes. I got one done. This one does not use the decorative envelope, but we will get to the that one next, okay? So here we have our card, and we're going to add these flowers and this stamped sentiment right in the middle here. So what we want to do first is we want to line this up, and I think it'd be fun to add just a little bit of a curl onto these leaf edges. So if you just take your bone folder between your thumb and your bone folder, take your paper between your bone folder and your thumb, and you can kind of rotate as you pull it up. You get these little fun curls along the edges of the leaves. Let's grab some multi-purpose liquid glue again, and I'm just going to add a little bit in each corner here. And we're going to set this on here. Let's make this all centered here too. We're going to set this on here like that and try to make it somewhat even looking. Now, if your word celebrate is getting covered, you just curl the leaves a little bit more. Okay, that looks pretty centered to me. And it's grabbing onto the glued areas. Looks good. So now let's focus on this section. We're going to take and put dimensionals, one in the middle, approximately in the middle. It's kind of low. That's okay. And then one about an inch from the top and about an inch from the bottom, and that's bugging me, so there. Okay, so now we have 3 dimensionals for stability. And we're going to take this piece and we're going to go between the score line and this score line, and we're going to try to center it. And we're also going to look at that the top and the bottom and the inch through the middle, and we're going to make sure that this here looks centered in between that little section there. Does that make sense? And it also, your flowers have to stay within too, because it has to be able to get tucked into an envelope to mail. So now we have one of those fun closure cards that I demonstrated just recently. I don't remember with what I did that now. I can't think. But we just did one very recently with this same style, only it was vertical instead of horizontal. So there's that. Let's decorate the inside. So that's where this fun flower comes into play. And we're going to take our trimmer again, and we're going to cut this in half. It doesn't have to be anywhere exact or anything. We're just putting that flat end up to the top of our trimmer so that we get a 90-degree angle on both of those corners. Then we'll flip this over, both pieces over. We'll put some adhesive on the back. And one of them I'm going to put into the upper corner. Hang on, I'm looking at my cheat card again. One of them I'm putting into the upper corner, like so. See how that 90-degree angle now fits right into that corner. And then this one is going to go over here, and it's going to go underneath this piece. But I thought it'd be good to stamp that first. So our first message on the card says celebrate, and the other message on the card, the stamp I'm grabbing from the kit, says enjoy your day. So instead of saying celebrate today, enjoy your day, because that seems kind of redundant, it's going to say celebrate, enjoy your day. So we'll stamp this, and again, looking at the word your, you want to have things so that they're not tilted, right? So I'm looking at the word your and making sure that that base and the top of the word your are parallel to the top and bottom of the label. Now I can grab some seal, put that on the back side, and enter this in wherever I want. I could put it up here, down there. I'm going to put it in the middle because, and I'm looking at the words now, and I'm trying to center those between this section. I'm putting it in the middle because I want this to be able to get tucked underneath it. If I have it too low, I can't do that. So this will just get stuck right in there like that. And I think that's, is that straight? Yeah, it was straight. Now you made it crooked, Rachel. Okay. Close up your ink every time. I know we're using it on every card, but I always worry that I'm going to have like ink issues. Is that straight? It is. It's good enough. It's good enough. If you have to look at it for that long, it's straight. Okay, so that little piece could be used on another card if you want to, maybe on the card we just did, because I was considering this. I was going to put a little tab here so that it wasn't beyond the card, but it was going to say pull. So if you want to, you could use that piece because we're not using it anywhere else. You could write the word pull and tuck that down in there a little bit further so maybe it sticks out right there. And then people will know to say, oh, there's something in here, you know, and they'll pull it out. I didn't, but you could. Yeah, this card's finished. That one's done. You could do something, you know, decorative on the outside. Another consideration I had was to put this color, this shaded spruce green, on the outside of the panels with extra cardstock. But I wanted you to know that you can do alternate projects without adding a lot of extra consumable supplies. We're only adding the black ink, the white cardstock, and the white envelopes. It's pretty darn cool, right? All right, next card. The next card we're going to make is a Z-fold card. So let's bring in our supplies for our sets, our cards 3 and 4, and we'll just kind of divvy those out. Here are our 2 envelopes. We don't need those right now. This one and this one are going to go for 1 card, and this base will stay together for another card. We're going to use that scrap for this other card, so we'll just set that there. This piece is going to get cut for 2 cards. We're going to cut it into pieces here. This goes over here, this goes over here. Let me zoom out a bit. You guys we're way too close, right? And then 1 flower for there. And these go over here. Okay, so let's cut. We're going to take our paper snips and we're going to cut this into 2 pieces. And the obvious place where they can get cut is right here. And you'll have a section that looks like a nice full, complete floral piece. And another section. But look what happens here. I have to then take and cut down and then along the black edge to make it look consistent, and then come back out and give it that white thick edging again. Now it doesn't look great yet, but this is why we have this scrap. So you're now going to take this scrap and you're just going to cut off a section. It doesn't matter where. I'm just going to grab that little piece and we can set that in the garbage now. I'm going to stick this on the back side. Oh, wrong one. I'm going to stick this on the back side of this, right in here. All right. So let's take and glue that. Where do we want to do it so it's easiest? Maybe that small. So we'll put the glue here and we'll tuck that behind the flower. Like that. So we have just a little extra white cardstock there. This one, it doesn't matter because we're going to tuck in the end. But if you're wanting that end to be exposed and you want white around that, just do the same thing. But yeah, I'm just trimming this up. Okay, so that's done. Now that this is dry, let's come back in with our paper snips and cut again. So follow the lines where you were before. And then widen that little white space out. It's my son's girlfriend's birthday today. Happy birthday to Jaylene. Yay. Look at that. See? Now it looks as if it's all one piece. And this one here, again, we're covering up that tip and it looks like a nice, you know, piece to use. We're going to use that one for this card, this one for this card. So let's grab this piece now, and I have my little directions on the back side. We are going to seal it. So you can either lick it and stick it down or you can glue it. Might as well. Just lick it. Okay, we're going to seal the envelope and then we're going to trim, and we're going to trim 3/16 inches from the long side and about 1/4 inch from the shorter sides. So long sides. 3/16 of an inch. So just under a 1/4 inch. Trim that there. Trim that there. I know we're separating the envelope in half now. Why did we connect it? It's just for the look. It's for the look. And now we're going to trim off a 1/4 of an inch from each of the two shorter sides. You're going to get some little tiny pieces here. Just let them fall. 1/4 of an inch. And now our envelope is still centered because we trimmed from all 4 sides. We've got 2 layers that are the same, and those are going to become the layers on the front of our card. So this is our second envelope card, our third card altogether that we're making. For this one, we need a 5.5 by 8.5 piece, and we're going to score it for the Z fold at 2 1/8 inches and 4 1/4 inches. Did you guys know it's free shipping day today? Has anybody been saying that in the chat? Yay! So fun to be live on free shipping day so I can talk it up even more. It's so nice to get free shipping. Your order in the US needs to be a minimum of $75 though. So if your wish list is not that long, which I don't know why it would be not that long, but if it's not that long, just hold off. You know, you don't need to put it in today. But if your order is that long, well, take advantage of it. Yay! All right, so this is going to get stuck onto here. And you can go to my website at stampyourartout.com and click on the shop button. I put adhesive along this side here because it's close to the score line. And then I'm going to put it along here. And that way it's going to make sure that it is connected to, connected fully onto the front of our card. Center it so that you see white along all 4 edges. And there's no adhesive back here. All right, so it's not going to stick when your card is closed. It's a Z-fold. That's what a Z-fold is. This is a Z-fold with a full panel on the front. You can make Z-folds that don't have any panels on the front if you don't want to. Then this piece is going to get stuck down over here. Yeah, sometimes markets are different, especially with paper pumpkin. I saw someone's comment roll through. I didn't see your name, sorry, but someone was wishing that paper pumpkin was in Europe, and it comes there once in a blue moon in the online store. But the subscription setup for the subscription is so difficult. There's all these legal loopholes to jump through. It's just they're having trouble making it work over there, which is why it hasn't been come into play for it. I don't know if it would have to be a totally separate product. I don't know the ins and outs. Oops, that's sticking up there way too long. We're going to cut this in half, but hopefully you can take these ideas and you can adapt them to your products that you're using. Maybe other kits, because there's the Kits Collection kits, right? Nancy Clark. Just like McDonald's. I'm loving it. All right, so we cut that into 2 pieces. We've got our 2 floral pieces here. We've got our Celebrate. We just need to do this one, and we're going to stamp that with our Enjoy the Day or Enjoy Your Day stamp. And make sure again that your is looking parallel to the top and bottom of that piece. So these are vertical sentiment pieces. All right, next. We're going to put them in a different order. So normally, like on the first card, I said Celebrate and then Enjoy Your Day. Well, we're going to flip it. Enjoy Your Day, Celebrate. So this is going to get stuck down. We're just going to put a little adhesive back here. We're going to stick that down like that. Okay, let's let that dry for just a second. We're going to stick this down, putting glue on the front side because we're going to tuck that under like this. And we don't want to see the full flowers because I kind of think that they distract from the rest of the flowers. We just want to see a bit of it. So there's that. And now that this is pretty much dry, we can take and lift and add some more adhesive back here and stick that down. If any adhesive seeps out, it's fine because it's going to get stuck flat to your card. On this piece, we're going to put the little accent under the lower left corner. Again, trying not to be too flowery, but just enough to give it a burst of color there. And then this piece will get stuck up in the corner like that. And our card is almost done. We're just going to put some glue on the back side. You could use seal, you could use the adhesive that comes in the kit. We're just adding a little bit of glue here, and then they're going to get placed on here kind of in a fun off-center fashion. We're going to go about 1 inch from the top of the blue and 1 inch from the side of the blue and stick that down here. That way you know that this is not the area that you necessarily write in. This is a light enough blue where if you want to sign your card on the inside, you can take and sign it anywhere on this blue area down here. This is more of an accent little label piece. And then here we have 1 inch from the bottom and from the side, and we'll stick it down here. And that way it looks more centered because that flower takes up a lot more space on this side. We also have the fun textured look of the envelope behind it, you know, the flaps on the envelope. So there's your second decorative envelope card, just using a simple Z-fold base. Oh, we need embellishments. Hang on. We're going to take these little guys and we're going to add a large. And I think I'm just going to put them on the front because we don't want to have the front layer of our card damaged by any pressure when it goes through the mail. Instead, just put a piece of cardstock over the top. When you have embellishments like this that, you know, cause some bumpage, just put another piece of cardstock over the top, and then you can slip it in your envelope and mail it, and that'll help protect these little guys here. You'll also, in the US, want to use a non-machinable stamp. I know it costs a little bit more, but your card will be sent then, right? We have to pay for things to be delivered. All right. Oh, yes, Lisa just said, yay for free shipping. Lisa Marshall. Hi, Lisa. She said, I bought a prepaid Paper Pumpkin prepaid subscription. So you can do that too. You can purchase, instead of just going month to month, you can take advantage of the free shipping day today, and you can purchase a prepaid subscription, which is basically taking and purchasing a bunch of months at once, and then what you get is a code for that. Now you can gift the code to somebody, or you can use it for yourself, which most people do anyways. But yeah, you can do prepaid subscriptions. If you're already a month-to-month subscriber, you can still do a prepaid subscription. And sorry, I'm just trying to get this Post-it note to hold it down evenly because we're going to cut through the middle of this. But yeah, you can still do a prepaid subscription, and you don't have to do anything with your account except just enter the code, and it will override your credit card that's already in your prepaid, that's already in your account. So there, use a sticky note, and that will help you to cut this little guy in half. I know it's really tiny, but it's an important part of the card we're making next. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down here. Get some glue. It's not coming out. Got to shake it. There we go. And then line it up on your grid paper so that this piece will stay straight. And it's okay if it's not completely even. Mine is not. Oopsie doopsie. Just take a little bit longer than Rachel did and make your halves equal, because then it will look better. But hopefully no one will care that this side's thicker than that side. You guys can totally see it too. Oh well, set that aside to dry. We can't do every card perfect. This is going to get folded in this direction, and then we're going to score it. Oh, look at that. Rachel wrote directions in there too. We're going to score it at 1 3/4 inches here, like that. And now, because this is going to become an easel card, we're going to fold in both directions on both of our score lines. For an easel card to work, you want these folds to be very flexible. You want them to be able to go back and forth. So folding, creasing. That bone folder comes in handy for creasing, doesn't it? Go back and forth to make sure it's a real flexible base. Next, we're going to take and add our flower and our stamp. So this is going to go on the front like that. And because our easel card is going to be propped up, we cannot put glue behind the top part of the flower, just on the bottom part. So I'm just going to put, I already know where it's going, sorry. You want to check beforehand if you're doing this for the first time. But you want to put your glue along the bottom, and then we're going to stick it down. Okay, so I only have glue on this portion of the branch of flowers. Aren't these pretty? These are cherry blossoms, I hear. I don't know, we don't grow cherry trees here, do we, in Minnesota? I don't know. Okay, I told you to get glue dots. Now you can use the glue dots from the kit, but on this card, I think glue dots from the online store are better because they're thicker. And I'm going to use my scissors to lift up that glue dot all together. And I'm going to stick it down onto one of the loops here, and then I'm going to fold it. So it's a glue dot that is doubled up over onto itself. I'm going to do one in the middle here too. So it's folded over, and it gives it a slight lift, but not a whole ton. So stick it down and fold it. And if it's not a perfect fold, it's fine. Do you see mine are not perfect folds? They're just, they might even be kind of lumpy, but you just want to give it a little bit of a lift, but not the kind of lift that you would get with a dimensional. Now you certainly could use dimensionals, but I think that sometimes those are so thick that it's hard to lie your card flat enough. I don't know. So there's just a tiny lift under all that whole strip there, just a tiny lift. And we need a lift for an easel card because it has to catch, that's the place where it catches. Grabbing our twine. Where did I put my twine? Where did I put my twine? I think we'll just use this one. I have two kits open. I was trying to, even for the embellishments, I was trying to find the one that was already open, but that's okay. I know I'm going to use this whole kit anyways, both kits. Okay, so I'm folding it in half. I've got about 7 inches folded over to make 14 total. You can give or take an inch or so or whatever, but I'm just doing a little bow here. Oops. Okay, do that again. Pretend like they're one strand. Do a little bow. Come through the hole there. There we go. Okay, I should have done that beforehand because I'm trying to show a lot of cards at once today, you guys. Can you tell I'm talking faster than normal? All right, there's our double bow. Go ahead and snip it. And oops, that's not my ribbon scissors. That is why. I have a really sharp scissors that I tie a ribbon onto. It's a wise idea to have 2 scissors so that you can do that yourself. And you know, since these glue dots are out and we're using them, let's just grab another glue dot and stick it down here. Roll it over onto itself so it's skinnier. And add our twine. And that's going to be the flower part. Real simple. The next thing is there's a stamp in this kit that says "with deepest sympathy." You know, I think it's important to make a few of these to have on hand because when you get to the point where you need to send a card to somebody, it's tough. It is tough to make sympathy cards. I would rather have those made ahead of time because I just want to cry every time I'm making one. Okay, we're keeping the card flat. We don't have the inside piece in there yet, so there's no bump. And I'm just going to line up that width deepest at the top with the score line that's going through that section there. And now we have that aligned, and we want to be able to prop this up. It's a card that you could then, on the inside, sign your name, and the card could be on display as just a little memorial type of sentiment that somebody could hang on to. I'm going to position this onto my grid paper so that I have 7 squares. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. 7 squares, and there's the dark line going across there. That's going to help me so I know that this piece is getting put down at about the 1 3/4 inch mark on the card. There we go. That looks pretty even. And then when they open the card, it just props against that little ledge, and they've got a beautiful card to have on display after the loss of their loved one. So there's that card. How much time we got? Oh, we don't have much time. So I'm going to, let's see here. Let's do this. I think I'm going to bring out prizes from last week, and I am going to do another video. We're going to meet again. If you want to, I will set up another live, and we will meet at, what time did I say? I think it's 1:30. 1:30 Central Time. So you get time to go get some lunch. You get time to, I don't know, go out and garden if the day is nice. And then I'll finish up the other two cards on the second live. I'll add both live videos into my my blog post that will go live tomorrow. Okay, prizes. Let's do that. Last week, sorry, hang on, I'm almost there. Last week, the prize choices were stamp sets. And they were stamp sets that were leaving us that I still had in really good condition. Pretty much all of these are new, I think. I don't think there's one that was used. Really sad. I intended on using them, and I didn't. Begin with a Dream, Garden Grandeur. Well, I want to say it the French way, but grandeur. I don't know. Tropical, I should do one of those. Look up how to pronounce. Tropical Hideaway, beautiful background stamp. I've seen so many beautiful cards made with that. Amazing Year. I wanted to create with this and never did because I bought it way too late in my year and then it retired. It's such a cool stamp set. Kindest Gnomes. I think this was a second copy. I wonder if I got this one from somebody, because I think I had two of them, or maybe I just bought two. I don't remember. And Decorative Borders. Beautiful, beautiful accent stamp set. The two winners that were drawn from that, I'm going to put on the screen here. We had a winner from YouTube After Live, and we had a winner from Facebook. This is the YouTube winner. Now, if your name is being shown on the screen, Sharon Walruff, then you'll want to reach out to me at my email address, stampyourartout@comcast.net. I have to tell you that some people put stampyourartout@comcast.com, and that won't work. It won't get to me. Make sure it says comcast.net at the end. And then the second winner from the Facebook comments was Joanne Krynock. So congratulations to both of you. Your names will get added into the blog post so that if you don't know, because you had to skip out on the last end of this live, you can always go back to the blog post connected to the video and you can see if your name was the one picked as one of the winners, because I keep those names there. And congratulations, yes, yay! All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go off of that page. I'm going to bring you over to my website because I also want those of you that don't know much about Paper Pumpkin to know where to go. On my website at stampyourartout.com, you can go to the Paper Pumpkin tab. There's lots of choices there. You can sign up right away and be connected to me as your demonstrator for your subscription. You can click on the Learn More so that you can learn all about Paper Pumpkin kits. You can order prepaid subscriptions, and that walks you through how to do it and how to redeem them, because it does get complicated. You don't want to just buy a prepaid. You want to redeem the code that you purchase. So it's a two-step process. That little link there will show you how to do that. Recent Paper Pumpkin posts, older ones, so if you want to get ideas. I've done alternates for every single kit since 2013 because I am addicted and passionate about these kits. I love them so much. If you want to go over to Pinterest, I've got Paper Pumpkin pins, and then I've also got stamp case inserts. So all of that will help guide you if you are learning or wanting to embellish more on your Paper Pumpkin kits that you're getting. So pick your stamp set if you are a winner. Now, the winners today that Trisha is going to call out, you have these prize choices. So bring you back down to my desktop. My email is up there again. You can choose from kit leftovers or one of the stamp sets that I just shared. So first come, first serve on the stamps or on anything, right? So this is leftovers from that kit that has the fun watch. It's a masculine kit. I've got the stamp ink in there. I've got my stamp set that I will no longer use because once I use up a kit, I typically don't go back to the stamp set. I know, sad. There's card leftovers. I think half the card kit is still in here. So you could choose that. Or you could choose this one. This one includes the Night of Navy ink, the stamp set that's never been used because I got multiples of this kit. There's extra adhesives in there, including a tear and tape type of adhesive and some fun extra little dots. And then this one is that fun love box treat thing. I don't remember the name of that one either, but you get the basic gray ink, you get the stamp set that's slightly used but loved, and then I want to say there's maybe over half, at least half of the boxes are still in there with the pieces. So, yay. Let me see if I can find Trisha's. Yes, she just said it. Okay, awesome. I'm going to scroll back and see if I can find it. There we go. Let's just tag that one. So the winners for the live today are Michelle McVicka and M. Peterson. So congratulations to you both. I'm very excited for you all. So congrats on being winners, all four of you. The announcements again, free shipping day today in the US over $75 or $75 worth of product or over. Take advantage of that. Visit my blog to get to the shop now tab. Or if you're a demonstrator, order from yourself. If you have a demonstrator, order from them, give them your love. I am looking for something, and I'm hoping that my viewers who are still with me at the end of this video can help me out. If not, pass on the words to maybe some stampers you know. I'm looking for a full sheet of Rocket Red cardstock. It's one of the original reds. It is a color that is hard to find. My friends who have helped me out with colors in the past, I did get a small sample years ago to help do my color comparisons, but I'm doing a different kind of setup for next year's color comparisons, and I would love it if I could get a full sheet of that just to keep on hand too, because I have some other demonstrators who are also doing that with their teams. So if you have a full sheet, I will thank you. And I'd love it if you could reach out to me at stampyourartout@comcast.net and let me know. There's one other color, and maybe this one's easier to find. It's called Confetti Tan. There was a time where we had confetti, basic like neutrals. It was neutrals, but it was like the basic cardstocks. We had a confetti cream, confetti white, and we had a confetti tan. And I do not have a piece of confetti tan for my second set of color comparison pieces. I only need a 3x4 piece of that. So thank you, everybody. I think that's it. I will let you all go, and maybe we'll see some of you back in an hour and a half at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. I will create the link, and you can just come back to my YouTube channel to find the YouTube link, or just hang out on Facebook at 1:30 p.m. Central Time to join me then. At that time, Lisa Marshall will join us on YouTube to be my moderator. Thank you, Lisa. Love you all. Thanks for joining me. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.